Good day, grade 11 students of Polillo National High School. This is Ma'am Dana Marlu E. Mangahas, your teacher in the subject Oral Communication in Context. This video is here to help you master the 10th most essential learning competency of the subject, which is to use principles of effective speech writing, focusing on audience profile, logical organization, duration, word choice, and grammatical correctness. After going through this module, you are expected to discuss the principles of effective speech writing, analyze the importance of audience profile, logical organization, duration, word choice, and grammatical correctness in speech or writing a speech. Compose a speech applying the principles of effective speech writing and delivery. Now, let us answer the questions. How do you think one should prepare for his or her speech? Number 2, what will you consider in selecting the topic for your speech? In this episode, you will learn techniques and methods on how to make your own speech. We are going to look closely at how you can write a speech masterpiece, starting with how you should analyze your target audience up to refining your speech as to logical organization, word choice, and grammatical correctness. The previous activities in your previous lesson let you explore the importance of the speech in variety of occasions and settings. This time, you will discover the complexities of speech communication in formal writing through writing a speech. A good speech requires days or even weeks of preparation depending on the topic and the availability of materials needed. While many are expert enough to compose their speech a night before they deliver it, seldom that it became very successful for a beginner writer just like you. For this reason, careful planning is important to come up with a well-written speech. When planning for writing your speech, you should consider different principles. And let us dig deeper on our topic by discussing these principles of effective speech writing one by one. The first is the audience profile. Knowing your audience, specifically their general age, gender, educational level, religion, language, culture, and group membership is one of the most important aspects in developing your speech. Analyzing your audience will help you discover the information you can use to build a connection between you and the members of your audience. To analyze your target audience, you have to consider the following questions. Who is the audience? How many? What does the audience know about the subject? Why should they be interested? The second principle is logical organization. Once you have already analyzed your target audience, the next part is to organize your speech manuscript. The logical organization or arrangement of thoughts when it comes to speech writing can be defined as all aspects of your writing that help the reader move smoothly from one sentence to the next and from one paragraph to another. Thus, carefully planning the content of your speech is also necessary. The written speech has three parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Let us discuss them one by one. The first one is the introduction. The introduction is the most crucial part of the speech. It is generally only 10 to 15% of the time the speaker spends speaking. According to Ranch, a good introduction serves 5 functions. First is, you should be able to gain audience attention and interest. Second, it states the purpose of your speech. Third, it establishes your credibility. Fourth, it should provide reasons for your audience to listen. And fifth, your introduction should preview the main idea of your speech. Next is the body. The body of the speech is the core part of the speech that addresses the main ideas and principles of the speech. It consists of the main points. This is presented using methods of organization. Problem solution order. It explains the problem and suggests a possible solution. Let's have an example. Cleaning up the coastal areas in Polillo. Number 2, the categorical or the topical order. It divides the topic into subtopics based on the importance or interest value, or simply because the topic requires it. Example: the importance of promoting the reduce, reuse, and recycle program. Number 3, the chronological order. It is a historical or time approach which is from the past to the present. It presents ideas in time order. Example: the significant development of the province of Quezon from Spanish period to present. Number 4, comparison and contrast order. It presents comparison and contrast of 2 or 3 points. Example: comparison between living in the city and life in the province. Number 5, the spatial or geographical order. It is going from one place to another, from one direction to another. Example: traveling around the wonders of Polillo group of islands. Number 6, the causal order. It involves a discussion of both cause and effect of an issue. Example: the high percentage of COVID-19 cases in Quezon. To make sure that you move smoothly from one paragraph to another, transitional words must be used. These words connect words, phrases, or sentences. They help the reader to move from one idea to the next to build coherent relationships within the text. Let us study the following examples showing different transitional words and their functions. principle of effective speech writing is called duration. No matter how long the speech is, always divide it into 5 parts: the introduction, the body, including paragraph 2, 3, and 4, and the conclusion. This format is adaptable to speech of almost any length. By doing this, you can actually monitor the time and the length of your speech, or the so-called duration. Most experts say that the ideal length of speech is up to 20 minutes. It is according to Gray and Grant, 2017. Let us take a look on the ideal distribution of the number of minutes per part in the speech. The fourth principle is the word choice. There are a lot of vocabularies available to describe one's idea. However, the speaker should carefully use the correct word in writing the speech. The use of conversational language helps put the audience feel at ease and creates a special bond between the speaker and the audience. However, there are things that you should consider in choosing your words. The following words should be avoided in a written speech according to Tandok 2016. The jargons or technical terms specific only for a group of people. Redundancy or excessive repetition of words. Language inappropriate for the audience. Language inappropriate for the occasion. Jargons are the specific words or phrases used by a certain individual or group which are difficult for others to understand. The fifth and the last principle is the grammatical correctness. Using correct grammar when you give a speech is important to prevent misunderstanding and misinterpretation between you and the audience. Good command of the language helps listeners understand you quickly. Grammar inconsistencies slow down the communication process and generate negative impressions for the audience, as your ideas and thoughts are not clear and coherently conveyed. To better understand our topic, please watch the video clip that I will flash, get pen and paper, and write the important details about it. After knowing the principles of effective speech writing, please do not forget to answer your activities in your printed activity sheet on pages 8 to 9 for weeks 5 and 6 under What's More and What I Have Learned activities. Another activities to be accomplished for this week of the second quarter or the performance tasks 3 and 4. This is to write a speech considering all the different principles of effective speech writing. It should have at least between 800 to 1,500 words. Please be guided as well by the rubric provided in your activity sheet. Just choose only one topic or situation between situation number 1 and situation number 2. Be guided as well by the rubric indicated in your WHLP. On our next episode, we will get to know the principles of effective speech delivery. Once again, this is Ma'am Dana, your teacher in the subject Oral Communication in Context. Thank you and happy learning!